You have a high potential person on your team. You really care about them and they're great at what they do. They add huge value, but the only challenge is they're constantly getting pulled into the weeds, into all of the detail, and they're not looking up and thinking critically and adding the strategic value that you need them to. What do you do? Asking for a friend. Hi, I'm Karen Hurt, and I'm here with our next edition of Asking for a Friend. And I'm going to actually pull this into a multi-part series. Why? Because I am hearing this question every single week from executives. So today, let's just start with, why is this happening? Why is this happening so consistently? First, and you know what I'm going to say here, is that they're not getting the bigger picture. They don't have enough context. Now you may say, hey, Karen, wait, what? Look, I have given them the context. They've been to the company offsite. They have seen the memos. We talk about it in my staff meetings. I reinforce it in the one-on-ones. I've even done a 5x5 around this. It is possible, though, that their head is so full of the weeds that when they're hearing it, they're still, their brain is buzzing and trying to figure things out and dealing with an escalation and all the other things, that they aren't taking the time to pull back and really see that bigger picture. So that's thing one. Thing two is that they are very good at being in the weeds. And because of this, two things are happening. One is people, maybe even you, are consistently pulling them back into the weeds. Oh, we got this big fire, Joe. We got this problem. You know who's really going to figure this out? You're the only person who can save us a lot of time. I'm just going to go to them. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to go to them and just get them to fix this thing. So that's it. And then after that, they get rewarded and congratulated for being the hero. You know why? Because they were in the weeds. So that's number two. Number three is they might not have the team underneath them to be able to handle the work that would enable them to do the work that only they can do, which is the thinking strategically stuff. So they are constantly making up for a team that maybe hasn't been trained, maybe they're new to role, or maybe they are in the wrong role, and they need to be performance managed. And finally is maybe they don't have the tactical, practical skills to think critically to solve the problems. And you may say, well, they have an MBA or they've been here for a while. They should know these things. The question is, do they know? And can you break it down and give them some very practical skills to do this well? So those are four of the main reasons. Let's ask you, what would you add as number five? And then tune in next week where we will talk about some of the solutions to these problems.